Well, hello and welcome back to episode 14 of Only Panels. And we have actually hijacked another Renewables Podcast studio with special guest Mark Allison of Renewables Podcast fame, Apprentice 121, Powersonic, and pretty much anything else within inside the electrical industry. Mark Allison.
Mark, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. It's great to have you guys come and see us here at our little home. I'm excited to be on your podcast as well. You've been doing really well. We've been tuning in every week.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for allowing us to come
Someone
here.
have to, don't they, Mike?
Dan, what have you been on with this week?
This week we have done our first alteration to a fit system. So we've removed a fit system from someone's house and we've added battery storage to it using net meters.
Net metering.
Which I've never actually done before, but we're doing our first one this week.
Excellent. That's very, very good. Hope that's going well.
Find out tomorrow when we finish.
yeah.
So actually finished yet?
Well, let us know.
Yeah, well, you shall.
Yeah. But so we've come down to see you, Mark, and very excited because it's approaching the launch of the Apprentice A121 Training Centre, which I know you've been working very hard behind the scenes to get to the stage it is now. And it's nearly on launch day, I think. Is it 29th of October?
Yeah.
Official launch.
29th. So the 27th, we've got some lecturers coming in for a bit of a training day where we're going to give them a bit of exposure to solar PV and battery storage for them to take into their training centres. And the 28th, we've got our EAL assessment. And unless they fail us, our launch day will be the 29th. So they're really just coming to have a look around and make sure all the basics like fire escapes and fire alarms are all in place, present and correct.
I should think you've got that one.
It is. We did a full fire drill the other day and it worked. Everyone was outside and required time. So I think we're all set. We're really excited. It's been a lot of effort to get to this point.
Years in the making, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you guys both came to the unit we had just round the corner from me. We always wanted to do a bit with training, but that space was never really suitable for what we wanted to do. So we did little bits, just helping learners fill in their MVQs and did a couple of days where we'd have people from industry come down and do talks like Richard Harvey from ESF and things like that, but nothing of this scale. So when this spot became vacant and we looked around it, it's like, this is absolutely ideal for a training centre. So we dived on it and here we are now, about fully fitted out, ready to go.
Yeah. And I can remember when you said you'd found this place and you were quite excited about it and you said it was almost the perfect place.
Yeah.
With it being so local to where you were.
There's a company called Transfix who are in here and they use this as their training area for their engineers. So they used to occupy this whole row where they rewind transformers, do big industrial fit outs and all sorts of stuff they were involved with. But they did get their own people through a training system. In-house from here. So this was already kind of set up in that nature. We've just had to tweak it towards the solar and battery side of things. And, we've got a project coming soon to put solar on the roof up here. We're going to have 100 panels on the roof so we can show some larger scale stuff as well. So we want to incorporate that into the training as well as get the energy bills down for this building, especially when it's 10 quid a day standing charge on the held electric bill. But yeah, it's really good. It was Laura who stumbled across this. She's always on Rightmove looking at houses and I think she'd seen this crop up and she's like, you've got to look at it because you've been on about doing your training centre for ages and this is perfect. So full credit to her, we'd never have seen it.
Because Apprentice 121 has been ultimately years in the making, hasn't it? Because it really started COVID, wasn't it, when Apprentice 121 really started?
Yeah, so 2020, by accident, I was just sat in the garden. I remember it, sat with the dogs. Kids were in the little blow up hot tub. I was drinking a beer, a bit bored, and some people had messaged, have any apprenticeships going? We've just been laid off. And I happened to know a few people who were getting involved with the Nightingale hospitals. And they were looking for kind of people power to help with that. So joined a few dots around that and word seemed to start getting around. And that's what we did to begin with, just link people into employment. But then as it kind of moved along, we realised, because I knew nothing about the state of education of electricians in this country, I didn't know how bad or good it might have been, that there was a big problem there. And we thought we'd try and do stuff to help. So we've been helping other colleges and training providers for the last 5 years now, sending them kit through the brands that help us and bits and pieces we've collected through the day job, other electricians like you guys donating stuff. But there's always been a goal and an aim to run our own training courses in a way that I think it always should be done, and if we're honest, hasn't ever really been
Yeah.
done. Certainly with renewables anyway. We've all been on those courses where you go and have a book read at you for a couple of
The problem with the solar course, though, and the battery course, is ultimately it's dated back to fit tariff times, isn't it? And the tech, and actually that has moved on massively from what the course is based at. And I think that's the biggest issue for me with renewables courses anyway.
Yeah, you're dead right. And like when we came into the industry, the kind of electrical side of solar's pretty straightforward, to be fair. It's all the other bits to do with the roof work and understanding the health and safety and all the different mounting systems and kit that's out there. And it's only from really knowing you, like you guys and Sam and Stuart Cato, and asking people questions to learn this stuff, that we've really got to a standard that I think is decent now in our business. We wouldn't have been able to get there just using the industry training that's available. And we're not lucky, as lots of other people aren't as lucky as us to have that opportunity to hassle people like you for tips and tricks, and have Stuart Cato's number in their phone where when you're struggling, you can just ask him. But I think the industry has to do a bit better with the training that it's delivering. That's what we intend to do here. So we'll do the accredited training, but also have like a bolt-on day or two where you get experience alongside other installers, like you guys, for example. So you are going to get that extra bit of stuff you're going to need to know.
I think it's important. I mean, certainly when I did the solar course a few years back, I mean, there was people on that course that had never seen the roof, they'd never seen the hooks, they'd never even touched a panel.
Will do them courses, and the first roof they step foot on will be their first install.
And so, and it can be quite intimidating. You know, there's a lot to, you know, you're forcing electricians to be a roofer.
Yes. Yeah.
And
We all know you can't make roofers be electricians.
No, shouldn't be able to.
People
try. Try.
But you have got a fake roof that is only 6 inches off the ground here, haven't we? So I know I'm going to come down and I'm going to do the odd evening for Mark and show you how to break tiles.
Yeah.
I think you're doing the same, mate.
Yeah.
I think others.
I think it's really important. You know, you've got to have those skills if you want to install. Even if you don't want to actually do the roofing work, to understand that roof inside.
To at least know that it's been put on wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not even just roofing work we're going to talk about that, is it? There's no part of G99s or G98s that go into the actual curriculum of the renewables course, or even the modern day design tools, be it the SolarEdge design tool or Eternity, or I can't even think of any others easy. So it'd be nice to try and get all them here and then kind of show you guys how to do a G99, how to do a G98, how to use open solar. Build them kits up so that you're not kind of going into renewables blind with just KK times SPF times shading, whatever it is. I can't remember the thing. KKSF.
Yeah, and the thing you probably never use ever again, a lot of this stuff. And
I think it's good to be. I still think the course has a place where how to know your annual generation and cross-reference back to the software is important. So your kilowatt peak times KK times SF is, for me, still important.
It's always good to verify what the software is telling us, isn't it? If it's a normal electrical design, like we use Modex soft loads for day-to-day design, you had to go with that here the other week.
She signed up for it. Saving tool as well.
It's really good, but the fundamental is you want to cross-check that every now and then by doing the actual calculations to keep your own skill set where it needs to be, but also double-check that, you know, it is actually right. And it never has, but I still go through that process every now and then where we'll just run a calculation out and double-check, and I think that plays out for the solar stuff well. And, you know, you do need to do that. You need to understand what's underpinning what the software is telling you. It can't just be button punching because you don't have the knowledge then, do you? And you know, the roofing stuff, what you just said then about, you know, going up on a roof for the first time, we would have been in that position if it hadn't have been for Stuart Cato. When he heard we wanted to get into solar, he was come down and work with us. He's down in West Sussex, so it was a hell of a trek. We did it, and I remember it's a long way. I stood up on the first roof, and I'm like,
charges in your van.
It was about gently pulling the tiles up, and it's like, what are you doing? He just comes in there, and it's straight out. But you don't want to break stuff, do you? You don't understand. We've never been on a roof doing that.
And we're going through that with Josh at the minute. Is just break them. You'll break them. It'd be fine. We don't try and break them, but you know what I mean? You will break tiles. And I think understanding that.
Well, every tile has its own way that it likes to be removed from the roof because of the shape of the tile or the pattern of the tile. slates even, you come across slates. Well, how do you deal with a slate roof?
Are we going to have some slate on roof here?
Yeah, we are. So at the minute, we've only got the small duo pitch roof that's down there, but there is a big roof going up that wall in the corner there. And we're going to have different simulations of different roof types. So there'll be in-roof, concrete tile, slates. All of it will be there. I mean, it may get changed around a bit here and there, but
I think this week in roof.
yeah, well, maybe we've had an approach by a manufacturer to do some in-roof training here of their kit. And again, getting you guys involved with stuff like that, I think is really important, because a lot of this stuff, certainly what we see going out doing repair work to kit that's been installed, I'm sure you get it as well, hasn't been fitted in the way it probably should have been. Not just in-roof kit, but the right number of hooks on a system, or as you found in the Lake District, not just chilling through. That comes up everywhere.
That is everything.
Yeah. It's a legendary find you had on that one. It's like, but that's the stuff that's happening, isn't it? And
Yes, reality.
it's trying to let the manufacturers have a space. This is a resource for everyone to use, where they can come here and get some installers together and run through their training and try and help share the awareness around this stuff should be fitted. And we have the beauty of being able to record that as well and put it online into our portal so it can spread out just beyond this space as maybe a useful resource. Yeah, so we've got the A121 portal, I'm calling it. It really is just a website, but there's going to be lots of content on there, be that technical articles from friends of industry who are working out with the CPSs as technical managers, other people who are out as active installers, like you guys, if you want to write articles and stuff, but video content too.
Checker.
There is for me. There's dyslexia and a spell checker for everything I do, mate. I tell you that. But yeah, so there'll be all kinds of things along those lines. And then as we're doing some of the training, it could be an in-roof system. Might be a Vandervalk who come in and do something. Yeah. We can record what's been done.
Phil John.
Share it. Yeah, he's been on your podcast, hasn't he? He's so good, actually.
Episode 12, wasn't it?
I feel like it was just before solar and storage. It was.
Yeah, so there's all those kind of opportunities as well, because obviously we've only really got space here for 20 people at the most at a time.
Yeah.
And if we can expose it a bit further than just these four walls, then I think that's probably a good thing.
That's good as well for the manufacturer, because every product has its own quirk. We came across the Solax, the IES system, which is like the stackable battery. And actually, if you don't install that right, you might have to restack the battery. So knowing those sort of quirks and little bits like that is important, because if it's the first time you've done it, you might not know that, and then you might not be able to commission that system because you've got something, just slightly wrong at the first stages. So being able to go through that actual hands-on training.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of the batteries and inverters, we've got a whole range of brands down there already, and there's a SIG Energy system going in as well. We've got Tesla Powerwall 3 to go in, so we're trying to have as many options as we can there. So when installers come through, it could be that, they maybe want a bit of help. How do you fit this stuff? We're thinking of installing. We've never commissioned one before, and we can actually
works of that one.
We can actually take them through it. I mean, if it's a certain manufacturer, we might not have enough hours in the day. We've been talking about that pre this podcast, so we won't throw them under the bus here. But there's some commissioning that does take a hell of a long time, doesn't it? So we might not have the luxury of time to do that.
But at least you can probably share some of the tips and tricks around that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what we're wanting to do, but it's all in the process of how we're going to deliver that. So I've been talking to the lecturers who are helping with the accredited stuff, because there's no flexibility with that. If we want to do the accredited training, we're doing the EAL solar and battery courses to begin with. They're quite rigid in what you have.
And they're the first courses you're offering.
Yeah, they are. So they're quite rigid framework. You have to tick off the key points within those courses. So it's working with the lecturer in the 3 to 5 day window of this course running of where we're going to fit in our extra day or two's training. And a lot of that's in the hands of the people coming through the doors. If they want to stay on sort of maybe 5 till 9 o'clock on an evening and do something, or if they want an extra day in full on the end, we'll take that feedback as we bring it forward. Because, where we're located, there's not a vast array of nightlife to be doing out and about. So it could be a case that those 3 hours in an evening of a 3-day course, that's where you get your extra day. So we're just toying around with that at the minute. We'll come up with something, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think it'd be a really useful addition to the course to be able to. And I'd certainly, if I was offered that when I.
Yeah, I mean, my BPEC will be coming up for renewal at some point. Do you want a BPEC?
LCL mine, which I believe just
rolls
right.
up. So
it's BPEC every 5 years, I think.
BPEC every 5 years, you've got to renew it. So maybe I'll come here and do a EAL solar course.
Yeah. I did BPEC. I thought they all needed renewing at 5 years. I
Maybe
didn't know
they
that
do,
some of them
Yeah.
do or
I
don't.
think some of them roll on, like you say, but I know the BPECs are 5 years. Mine will be coming up at some point.
Yeah, so just have to see if you pass.
Oh, shots fired.
Well, I mean, you're not hands-on anymore.
They're soft now. No, it'd be really interesting to see once it gets opening and people start rolling through the door. And I think the biggest thing that will be the takeaway is the feedback that you get, really,
Exactly that.
of what then forms it in 6 months' time, 12 months' time. And I imagine it'll look very different in a year's time to what it will do on the 29th.
Yeah, I mean, this is a community training centre. We're doing it. It's not a not-profit in the way it's set up, but it is a not-profit. So any money we make goes into the college drops we do. We're really just trying to do something that is helpful to installers. So if you come forward and say, actually, we think you could do this and it'd improve it, we'll listen to that. So this is all the voices of people actively doing this job coming back towards us to tweak and develop stuff. Like I say, we're starting with a solar and battery. The wiring regs have been updated. I think it's for March or April's release next year. So there will be another regs course coming with that. So we're going to run that as well. But we just
Is your plan to move over into the electrical?
Yeah, so we're going for the full EAL range of courses. So when we have been assessed on the 28th, we can offer any electrical course from apprenticeship to the solar, but we're not wanting to take on more than we can chew to begin with.
Yeah. We want to before you can walk.
Exactly. We want to prove this space works, that we can deliver the training we're doing, and the medium-term goals. So I would hope for the end of 2026 for the intake of apprenticeships, then we'll be bringing apprentices in here for a full-on 3-4 year program in this space. But what I didn't want to do was rush that and then end up letting them down because we've not considered something, we maybe missed something somewhere. We're not experienced in the world of training and teaching. I'm an electrician. We do have guidance and support and help from people who have been doing it a lot longer. But, it's me standing behind this. That's just my process with everything. Go slowly and carefully through it, and we'll work up from that.
Yeah. The best things take time, and, like you say, to prove the formula works and get it right and tweak it and improve on what you learn.
It will be really nice to see Apprentice 1-to-1 go that full circle from 2021. Starting to help get apprentices back into work through COVID times, and then like the conversation we had last week with Jay back in our office. Like him going into courses and that folding and then losing all that money and starting again. It will be that Apprentice 1-to-1 thing, almost going full circle back to the start. That first apprentice that comes in the door and then leaves as a qualified thing, I think will be, from knowing you for quite a few years now, Mark, will be a real wholesome moment for you personally, I think.
It will definitely. That's something that I really want to be doing. Always have that goal and objective. And we have helped people, like not Jay in particular, but in Jay's kind of circumstances where they've had trouble through their training to complete it. There was he's called Ian. He came to the last space around the corner and did elements of his portfolio with us. Came to an open day where I think Jamie was there and the ESF guys was there. And he had a lot of support from those people as well. So that was like a community coming together to help him work through his full-time study. Anyway, last week, or the week before, he'd done his AM2 and got his gold card. Popped his post up on LinkedIn. I hadn't spoke to him probably 6 months, I don't think. And he tagged us in the post and thanked us for the help he'd had. And just see someone coming through and making it to be an actual qualified electrician, playing a little part in that is actually quite nice. So when we can do that over the full 4-year programme with retrainees and people fresh out of school.
And see it from start to finish all through.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm really excited about
that. Is that then where you see, it's going to sound really horrible, this, but the twilight of your career?
I am getting on. I keep saying this on the Renewables podcast with Sam because he must be...
Is that where you see it? Is seeing out your years? Sam's younger than me.
Is he?
He's younger.
Okay, well, you've aged better. He must have had a bad paper round.
He's been doing it so longer than I have. But is that where you see sort of the end of your career now into doing training and passing on them years of knowledge too?
I think so. I'm like 44 now. I think however hard you try to keep working like into your 60s out on the tools isn't a realistic prospect. And I really love being an electrician. So I didn't see my career path going into like management and running what is now a solar and renewables business as my day-to-day job. I wanted to be doing something else. So at the moment, we're working through a process in my business where Matty's getting a bit more experience and knowledge in running jobs, managing stuff, introducing him to...
And they can then take over.
Exactly.
Sonic.
Introducing him to all the hassle and aggravation that customers give you day to day and not punching him in the face and dealing with it politely. That's the current journey we're on there with Matty at the moment. But that's kind of what we're looking at with that. And then I will move into this. That'll probably be a 2 or 3 year process, most likely. So I'll be pushing 50, and then this will be what I do. Whether I go on to do full-on lecturing courses and assessing courses myself, or I stay as some maverick madcap installer teaching people all the bad habits alongside a lecturer, I don't know. But yeah, this will be my day-to-day, I think.
Yeah, it must be really nice to be able to pass on that knowledge, experience, and the connections you've got within industry. I mean, let's not, beat around the, you manage to put people together and create conversations that happen. I mean, you only have to look back, things like the Safe Isolate group and all those sorts of things.
I know just about everyone inside the electrical industry. So I was trying to get Gary Hayes' number last week, and it was the first person I rang for that. So.
Well, this is it. And you touched on something there earlier, actually, and people might not know about the college drops. But I mean, what I saw of you doing that last year, just a phenomenal amount of stuff you managed to supply to colleges.
What is a college drop then?
So it's just taking them equipment, basically. Like that.
So when I was doing my apprenticeship, having sockets with one screw in it,
Exactly.
and they've got actual sockets that can terminate and bits and pieces. So
yeah, so I mean, last year it was very heavy on the renewables stuff. So we picked out, I think it was 6 colleges last year, and we had solar inverters, battery storage stuff, general consumables. This year,
colleges aren't focusing a lot on renewables.
They don't have any of it. So the 6 we went to, that's the first they'd ever seen of it. They don't teach it in any of the apprenticeships. Obviously, some of them run the full-time City and Guilds and BPEC courses, but the areas I was going into with the apprenticeships and normal electrical studies, none of that was in there. So it's giving them that kind of kit. So it's not just a token mention on the training course that, solar is sunshine and renewables is wind or nuclear and all the rest of it. It's the equipment, so they can install it, they can have a look at it and play about with it in the training centres. This year is a bit different because it's more based on stuff that the colleges are desperate for, like you just said, Dan. Switches, sockets, consumer units, distribution boards. And we've just done the first one today, actually, at Hull College. So Matty and Nathan took the van out this morning, really to get them out of my hair because I was trying to fit a new battery system and they were annoying me watching because they're nosy. So I sent them out on a delivery instead.
Do something useful, yeah.
Yeah, so they've been and taken the first college drop there, and that's been received. And
I mean, that's massive in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, even when I was an apprentice, I can remember reusing cable clips and knocking the pins back the other way to reuse them at college. Even just like you say, that is massive.
I've done things recently in the last few years, been on some courses, and we've run out of those. We haven't got those. We'll just have to say that
Yeah, it's so common. I've been to loads of these colleges now, and the lecturers are trying their absolute best. And for whatever reason, the budgets that are allocated towards these courses aren't ending up in the workshops. Whether they get diverted around the English department or the art department or whatever's happening, it's not ending up there.
not where it needs.
So they're doing their best.
Yeah.
It's all engineering that can't be taken over by AI.
Yeah, this is it. Not for the minute anyway, until those robots get a bit smarter and stronger. We're stuck with us a lot doing it. But yeah, so that was nice. And Paul from Hull College has been really grateful for that. We've got another one, I think it's at West Sussex College next week. We've got a kit here that's waiting to go. We've got another 3 pallets waiting to be brought in from Rexel. So
is it manufacturers or wholesalers?
All parts of the industry, really. So this one today was from Proteus and Robus. They're the ones who'd supplied most of the kit, but normal electricians as well, like Libby sent a load of stuff.
That's right.
Liberato Del Greco, legend. He sent a load of gear in. We've had other ones. Gavin from Sulis Electrical sent in some bits and pieces to pass out to trainees as well. So it's electricians raiding their stocks and stores. We've all got those boxes full of breakers and sockets and switches that might come in handy one day, but have probably sat in a tub for about a decade. We had loads of them that we passed out on 2 years ago, college drops. So just people like that having to clear out. It's all useful stuff to those trainers, so we package it up. Literally is just to drop it off. It's nothing like the eFix College Connections, which Gary does so brilliantly, where he goes in and delivers lectures, because I'm not a trainer, so I don't...
Okay. Was a lecturer, wasn't he?
That's it. It's his. I mean, he offers such a lot of value through doing that. I didn't want to be doing some cheapo rip-off eFix College Connections. This was just about getting kit.
to where it's
The
needed.
basics, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of giving them pens and pencils.
Yeah, I mean, and if you didn't see some of the drops last year, I mean, there was literally pallet loads of stuff going out. I mean, that's absolutely commendable, Mark. Being able to put all that together and those to go out.
A lot of it wasn't stuff we'd actually provided. So it was Calidus Wholesale last year, Give Energy, Solax, Fox provided some stuff as well. Hellman, Titan, CEF. So all these big brands seeing what we were doing and wanting to get involved. And it was the smaller electricians who'd started that. And that's what's happened all the way along. It's the smaller electricians who started the job link-ups. Smaller ones who started the tool donations. Like we've given out probably 200 multifunction testers that have been donated by electricians who don't need them anymore. They've upgraded theirs.
Yeah.
Send it to us. We pass it out to a training centre.
I like keeping mine on the shelf in the office.
Yeah, so do I. I've still got them actually, but can't part with them.
Yeah.
I still use the first one.
Yeah, trying to keep it going. I'm like on a bit of a mission to like keep that to it sees me out.
Yeah. Well, that was Eddie from Pegasus who started that. He sent one in and said, "Oh, just give it away to someone." I popped it on socials that we were doing it, and then all of a sudden, people start offering some more. And it's the same with the college drops. It's like, mentioned, I think, where was we going? I can't remember now which college it was. We were going in just to see one of the lecturers with a few bits and pieces. And another electrician had seen us. I'll send you some hand tools. We'll send you some stuff. Craig Gallagher from Quinergy at the time sent a load of stuff in. And then it just kind of spiraled from there. So it's lots of people just coming together under that banner, if you like, rather than me buying all this stuff.
Technically, is you were just admin for the electrical training industry.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like a collaborative effort, I would say.
Yeah. To get involved, they can literally contact you and bring stuff in or send stuff. That's open.
Yeah, we're still taking stuff in all the time. We make a big fuss of it. End of the year, every year, doing these big 10 this year, 6 last year, but it happens month to month.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely brilliant. I mean, it just shows you all the things that going on behind the scenes, and people might not necessarily know about. Really, trying to get that next generation trained, and up to
our replacements.
Basically, yeah.
We need them. We all get worn out, don't we? Our bodies are ruined from too much crawling around in tiny spaces and lumbering up scaffold.
So when you're not doing this, then Mark, or the Renewables podcast, or opening a training college, where are you with your day-to-day of running Powersonic?
Yeah, so same old stresses that I've heard you guys talking about of dealing with G99s, consumer code protection, proposals, inquiries, customers. My kind of role is all of that. So I look after the admin, I guess, if you like, from start to finish around your very typical system. I think you're doing the same in your business as well now, Dan.
Starting to. Very quickly changing.
I do try and get out with the guys. The last couple of weeks I have been, and I've really enjoyed it. So we had a project over in the Lake District where I was doing the inverters and batteries, and it was a bungalow, so I was on the roof as well. And then last week we had a big battery system, which was 2 full stacks, and you just need a few pairs of hands to lift them all the way to the top of those things.
It's pretty phenomenal setup, though.
It was a massive project for
Is that your biggest one today?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It was it wasn't a normal house. The guy lived in a mansion, but just a normal house, normal 3-phase supply. And he wanted to future-proof for his ground source heat pump he's having. He already had a swimming pool. So he kind of sized his system based on what he was expecting his daily consumption to be. But it brought loads of questions. One of them was quite interesting around the PAS document and this 80 kilowatt hour limit. Your battery storage, if you're in a attached garage.
You've also been over the square footage of it.
It was, exactly. And that was one of the questions that got asked on the YouTube video. So I never mentioned it in any of the posts or anything I've shared, the size of this guy's home, because I didn't do any filming of it. He didn't want his house on show. So I was like, not mentioned it. And someone said about that. And I was like, well, it's a really good question because it is in that PAS document. And we're told that on larger premises, the PAS should be considered, even if it's not technically applicable to it. And, I asked that question to some of the people involved with that document's production, that is that kind of leaning us towards these things scaling. And they're like, well, yeah, that's common sense, really, isn't it? Kind of in that 200 square meter size sprint up to that energy storage level, because that's typically what you'd expect a reasonable amount of storage to be. But if your property is bigger, you're going to have more consumption, you're going to need more battery storage. But the same principles around your smoke and heat detection, putting it indoors and outdoors, all that still applies. So, yeah, it was an interesting one. And he can now run his house for a full day if he wants. Like,
so has he cleared? Because you didn't do any solar on there, did you? Or solar?
He had 3 existing fit systems.
Okay, yeah.
So we've just used the Sigen stores as like AC coupled batteries, really, through the gateways. And then the fit solars just into the smart port.
Smart port.
If you're not familiar with SIG Energy, you can put your PV in through the smart port or separately meter it.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you using anything other than SIG, Mark?
SIG, well, we are.
There's quite a few products downstairs, and one downstairs that I've just been looking at with you, isn't there?
There is. So there's a new one from Weaker. It's on the Renewables podcast. We went out to see the guys over in Italy.
That was a great episode, actually.
There's another one coming with Marco. He's a proper. I mean, if you imagine an Italian man and visualize him in your mind, Marco is that person. He's like,
do this.
he's the most Italian person you could ever imagine. But
Ref really well.
Absolute legend of a guy. And yeah, the second episode is more around kind of how the grid works over in Europe. But it's the recycling facility they've put in place over in Italy because they've identified that there's not. There's not a lot of recycling going on, and they're not just.
We've had this conversation.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's not. They're not just solely looking at recycling Weco's own stuff. They want to recycle any manufacturer's batteries, and I think they're one of the first manufacturing companies to actually look at doing something like that. So that was really interesting. But yeah, the kit that they've got is a new product to market. It's the 5KO from 5KO Smart from Weco. The one we've got is a 5 kilowatt inverter, 2 5 kilowatt hour battery modules, stacks in a very similar way to the it's SIG Energy. This is something that I called SIG Energy from the start, and I was corrected by their marketing team to say it's SIG Energy, and now they've decided it's actually SIG Energy.
SIG.
I'm pre-trained myself now, so I always say SIG Energy, but it is actually SIG Energy. So yeah, stacks in a similar way. Yes,
I think they're all stackable now. Aren't they?
Everything's moving that way.
It's solar and storage. I mean, when you walk around solar, Goodwe've got a stack.
Yeah.
Even Fronius have got their stack.
Because there's
SIG Energy have got their stacks.
New one. The next generation stacks.
Yeah. So can we have something new from a manufacturer that's
new? Going back to your recycling batteries, we've got some old Fox ESS HV2600s.
Yeah.
And I've just had a quote from CEF to recycle 5 of them, and it's eye-watering amounts of money.
Yeah, there's something you never even consider when you put these things in or you purchase as a householder. You know, when these things
end of life, what do you do with them?
Yeah.
And these ones that I've removed aren't even old. It's just been removed to grade to the latest and greatest product.
Yeah, I think the Weco have identified this has been a thing. I think they've been around since the early 2000s, but not long enough to really see that recycling becoming a problem. Yeah. But they're starting to have those requests now from customers saying, we want to get rid of this stuff and have it recycled. You're the manufacturer. How do we do it?
Yeah.
So they've been looking at this and they kind of bought the space and putting it in place.
Because I imagine batteries are even harder to recycle than the panels themselves.
You would have thought so, wouldn't you? Like the chemistry and how do you safely extract that and what do you do with it when you have? There must be some margin in it afterwards because they're doing it as a business.
There'd be precious metals in there as well, won't there, that can be used?
Yeah. They're saying they're expecting it to be sort of a profit-making initiative. They're not doing it out of charitable means. But it is something that is much needed, I think, and it's one of those, if we're really going to call it a kind of net zero environmental thing, we do need to have that end-of-life stuff.
Yeah, we can't just
take an account of
in a corner and let it rot, can we, really?
Oh, it's one thing we laugh at in our offices. It's a renewables, but the amount of paper we go through just writing on it to scan it and then put it in a folder on a computer is actually quite
to make a handover document. And
yes.
Those handover packs that are like thick as some of these books on that table that no one's ever going to read.
Yeah. I mean, we put the little triangle pointy Post-it notes on the 2 pages they do need.
Yeah.
And, they pull them 2 pieces out and the rest and draw somewhere.
It is. I mean, it's such a... Is it the speed of the way the industry's moved that these things don't get dealt with and moved on?
I think with the new MCS standards, the ones that are coming, I think if they ever come, but they're saying you can go to like electronic handover packs.
We went through a period of putting them on QR codes on like the shutdown startup procedure.
Yeah.
So a QR code link to a OneDrive folder that only you can view. And even then was like the logistics of making sure we dropped it in the folders and stuff. We actually just went back to printed.
Easier on paper.
Yeah. Handover pack.
It happens with manuals and stuff for the battery systems, doesn't it now? You don't get the booklets in them anymore. You get a QR code to scan. It takes you off to go and watch the install video or read the data sheet.
Which I think ultimately is a good thing as well, because the thing is, if that manual has been updated since it was put in the box, then you're not getting the newest version, whereas if you version on the web to get it, then you're always going to have the latest version.
Even just packaging on batteries is a bit.
With SIG Energy, it's nuts, especially that system we had last week.
Well,
12 batteries, 2 inverters, a gateway. Fortunately, the customer's moving house. So those boxes are brilliant.
I was just going to say,
House moving.
they're
They're a phenomenal box.
We just give my brother-in-law loads and loads of them. And he's like, just stop sending me SIG Energy boxes.
yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal for that kind of thing. So that was quite a lucky one. But yeah, they do, because it's cardboard in cardboard as well, and they have those little
That's right.
inside them. Every project.
It was made in our last DMH video on the SIG stuff that just how much actual packaging comes from a renewables system. It's right. I think Tesla have got it right.
I was going to say, how's that working for them? Because I think that's a brilliant idea.
The clamshells where you get the battery and it comes in a clamshell box, which can be lifted with a forklift. You can stack them 3 high. And then once you're done with it, I think it's 40 quid. SIG will take them back, send them back to Tesla, and they'll put another one in it and send it back out. So
Really?
yeah, so they're a bit bulky when you haven't sent them back. We have 3 currently sat in our office that currently just move around and put stuff on top of. But you can actually send them back to SIG, and SIG will put that credit on your SIG account.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's better than recycling cardboard.
Correct. So basically then Tesla, they'll be just blow molded plastic cases, but Tesla will then put another battery in and it'll go again. I think that's...
Did not know that. We've still not fitted any Tesla battery systems. I think when we came into the industry, Tesla were going through that Powerwall 2 to 3 stage, I think, and Elon Musk was doing his political stuff, his thing, and that put a lot of people off, and then SIG Energy exploded.
I still maintain to this day, if Elon hadn't done his thing, SIG wouldn't have taken the market quite as strongly as they have. I think they perfectly timed that little.
I think there was a lot of luck or perfect timing. Like,
yeah, there was a perfect
to get that. And a few videos from Mark, of course.
I don't know about that. We had a lot of customers come to us saying we were going to get a Tesla Powerwall 3, but having seen what's going on in the world politics, I don't want one now. What's it for a SIG Energy kind of kit? So you've gone from an American person to the Chinese Communist Party or whatever, and I don't
into the fire.
I don't get how that equates to a political choice, but it's that's
do you take a Powerwall and put the SIG in for a customer?
We did, yeah. That was down near Stuart Care.
That was an original Powerwall as well. That was a real old one.
He's still got that. He was supposed to be putting that into his neighbour's house, but I don't think the neighbour wanted it because of Elon doing his thing. So he's still sat in his garage.
I mean, I'm still a big Tesla fan.
To be honest, I think it's a brilliant product, and the ecosystem of the car, the chargers, and everything else that goes along with it, it seems to work.
I mean, for me, that is the way that the renewables is going. It is now. 2025 for me has all been about the year of the ecosystem in renewables, where the charger works with the battery, that works with the inverter. And I think for me, 26 will be gateways. Obviously, Tesla Powerwall has its gateway. SIG has their gateway. EcoFlow have just announced their gateway.
And it's already got their gateway out.
I think every manufacturer by the end of 26, this time next year, will have a gateway.
Yeah, and I think there's manufacturers out there that they've got the gateways in other countries, but they haven't got them over here. And I believe that's because our grid rules are so strict that they take a lot of compliance, getting those through the ENA.
No, I've got a demo one coming from another manufacturer that we're friendly with. So they are coming, they're slowly coming in.
I could probably get through that.
That's why there's the issue with the SIG Energy gateways at the minute, because they obviously innovated a new one to get away from no bypass switch and the buzzing contactors. But because of the regulatory rules we have here and the testing time frames that it takes, it's been delayed, so they've run out of stock of the old stuff, wanting to try and time it right.
Yeah, unfortunately, it fell dead wrong. I've been short 3 gateways in the last week.
On the secret stock, somewhere. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we did have a few here because it happened. I think it happened 2 or 3 months ago, and I got sick of it, so we ordered like 10 in just to keep the stock. But then when I'd heard, they were kind of I've phasing them out.
Massive stock of the 8 kilowatt batteries. We've got 46 of them currently on the floor.
Yeah, because they've been stopped being produced, and you've already proposed for them. There's obviously difference to a battery 10. Yeah, these are the challenges people don't see that business owners are dealing with. So your installers are out there fitting this stuff.
Yeah, well, on the job we're on this week with Ollie, I mean, that was proposed on 8s. the gateway, and when we come to do the job, can't get 8 or the gateways.
No.
You know, so that
I know when I ordered all them 8s, the entirety of Green Tech UK had 36 in the entirety of the country for 8 kilowatt batteries.
They're phasing them out and the 5s, so it's going to the 6 and the 10s now.
you see why, because of the size.
It's the throughput cycles of them as well, so that you can extend your warranty even when you're doing energy trading with the newer batteries. So it makes sense. They've obviously got a new battery technology in there to allow for that to happen. But it's the same for the Weco one down there. That's got 5 kilowatt hour batteries. They've got an 8 coming out. All these manufacturers are constantly innovating.
I know Anchor are working on 2 new inverters. They're working on an 8 and a 10 kilowatt inverter. So they'll have a 3, 6, a 5, a 6, 8 and a 10.
Yeah. Alpha they launched theirs at SolarEdge Storage.
Yeah.
The 8 kilowatt G3 and their new battery range with heated modules.
It's what keeps me interested in renewables. Like we've spoken like on Apprentices and the electrical side of it, but the speed that renewables moves at is what keeps me interested in it. There's always something new, and trying to be the right side of the SIG curve like Mark was is where we all kind of try and constantly be, and it's keeping up with that for me keeps renewable true.
I think that's going to ramp up even faster, isn't it? I mean, this technology is going to, especially with the likes of AI and the invention.
The last podcast I did with Sam, we was talking about this actually, like what we see as where it's going and what's coming and the innovation around all of this stuff. And we said exactly the same thing. It's what keeps us interested in it. All of this stuff and exciting technology and trying to best guess what the next big thing might be. Yeah. None of us can really be sure of that. You kind of... You see something, you think that's interesting, and it could be a solar panel or a solar tile, like you've seen, Mike, with EnviroTile that you've been doing. Yeah, there's things like that, or it could be a micro inverter, new gateway, or something that isn't a gateway that does the same as a gateway. Whatever it is, that's the next thing that blows a product up.
I'll say I am a little bit bored.
I think we're all getting that way.
I am really bored. I know Sam posted it on his Oval Sam page, didn't he, this week?
Yeah.
Order SIG.
Every post you see now for most of the installers who share on socials is generally SIG.
Well, I actually avoided posting it today because I was thinking, well, it's just the same.
It's just the same.
Saying again, how can I make this look a bit different? I can't.
Absolutely.
SolarEdge to make a resurgence.
Yeah, it would be so nice to get that. But
so when you look at like big, massive, predominantly do a lot of domestic.
It's mainly domestic, so if you're doing a big system, it's SolarEdge.
It's SolarEdge. There's so much SolarEdge out there, like in the megawatt sizes.
And I think that's where they position themselves at.
My SolarEdge stock's on the way.
It's still a SolarEdge is a great kit. It's just they've kind of maybe skipped out a little bit in some of the innovation around the batteries and inverters, maybe. I don't know. Because the way that the panels work and how those things can be strung together, nothing else exists like that, does it? They own that.
It's 2005, I think they optimized.
Yeah, so you wonder like what tweaked them away from the residential market, because consumers stopped, or certainly in my experience in our business, stopped asking for it. We proposed a couple of SolarEdge systems right at the start with customers asking for that, but we hardly get any inquiries now, whether that's just because our content doesn't feature it.
I mean, I sometimes will push people onto SolarEdge if I think that's what your property needs, then SolarEdge for me is still, that's what we'll go for. But it is we've done a podcast on it, haven't we? It's getting such a hard sell. And it shouldn't be, because it is a brilliant product.
I think the safety element of it and that side, I mean, I still think, and I think Sam said this a couple of years back, in a commercial space, that is going to be the standard.
There's nothing else.
I mean, you're limited to 1,000 volts for your C on most of the three-phase inverters, aren't you? But with your SolarEdge, you can string up your panels to way more than 10, 20.
The optimizers work on a constant voltage throughout them. But I know you do quite a bit with Tigers for your shutdowns as well, don't you? I'm right in saying they'll only work 30% between panels.
Yeah.
Whereas literally SolarEdge, you can put one panel in complete darkness and the string will still work.
It's phenomenal.
And it has its consistent voltages, you just said, doesn't it? The Tiger don't do that. It still just stacks the voltages when they're strung together, and you exceed your MPPT rating. That's it.
I had Jacob out in our office from SolarEdge, and he was actually giving me a real scientific lesson of what a SolarEdge optimizer is.
Really?
It kind of went in that ear. And really technical. I think Jacob's come back out this week to see us again.
I think there's something about it for me as well.
Yeah. I mean, the problem is like, is as big as SIG has got, and we're coming back to SIG again, I know, but they've still got that manoeuvrability, haven't they, of being relatively new to the market, a relatively new company. Yeah, it's the way I describe it to Jay is SIG are a speedboat. They can turn 90 degrees in a split second, whereas the likes of SolarEdge or Solis even, they're so big and they've got to make on that backwards compatibility. So anything that is brand new on the market now has to work with an inverter from 2005.
Yeah.
They've had a free ride with the tech support as well because they've not got that back catalogue of installs to be maintaining and looking after. And I know from speaking with the guys at SIG Energy at the moment, they're starting to see that. So it's installers coming in to fit in their kit and maybe haven't done it entirely in keeping with the manufacturer's instructions. And all of a sudden they have to start dealing with...
Circle them back to training. It does everything in electrical renewables, everything, it does come back to training, which is why this space will be so important.
I think it's absolutely key, really, to get hands-on with a product, and for the manufacturers to be able to support that and make sure their kit goes out there right first time will actually reduce their support, backlog and headache.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, sometimes it's silly little things like how you wire in the metering kits.
Yeah.
Like, how does that all work when you're blending a system together? Or the earthing arrangements that a particular system, does it need an earth lug on the casing? How are you going to connect it for its EPS output if it's not got a gateway? All those silly things that it's written in a manual, but they're never worded in a way that makes sense.
That's how it's interpreted, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like having it just shown to you, you understand it in minutes, whereas you can sit reading a PDF and think, pin 13 and 14 goes to pin 22 and 21, and then you...
I mean, you've got to push your ear and rub your toe.
Yeah, this is it. Whereas someone just says, if you get your RJ45 kick, bang it in there, do this, do that, that's it.
Yeah. Which 9 times out of 10 is what it.
Yeah. But it's knowing the right way to do it,
Yeah, so that's an element of what we're trying to do here. So if we're doing a SolarEdge example, here it'd be yourself, Dan, coming in and showing people how you go through it. If it's something to do with Victron, Mike, where you've had experience of it before, we'd get you in to come and
this
show
actually, like Victron's some new stuff coming with that, they don't call it AI, but it's effectively AI in the background, and it's looking at the weather forecast, it's looking all these sort of optimization, and you can really customize that down to very granular level to suit the install, so there's a lot on that side.
For all of the kit that's out there and the smart features of it, the stuff Victron can actually do. Off the charts, innit? You can put it on boat, you can you can't van, you can't go in your house, whatever you want to do with it, off grid, on grid. It's been doing it since forever. And it's bomb proof.
Everyone knows Victron Blue.
Yeah, it always pops up in these most obscure places that you don't expect to see it, and there it is. And to be honest, there are like some installs out there that are powering factories that are off grid. It's absolutely incredible. Go and look at Victron's YouTube channel. They'll show you someone there. There's like print works and sawmills and things that are running off grid.
Yeah, we want to have bits of that kit in here as well. So we have got M-Phase, we've got SolarEdge, there's Victron. So we're trying to have as broad a range of gear as we possibly can to give people a bit of taste of,
while focusing on the quality of it and the quality of
that's it. We don't want to be spread too thin, half-assing it. So this isn't going to be me stood pretending I know how to fit SolarEdge to a classroom with people, because we don't do it in our day job. It would be getting somebody like Dan or like Sam who fits this stuff.
Honestly, who's the oracle with SolarEdge?
Mr. Cater.
No.
Oh, Dino.
He's
Actually, that's true, because I was struggling on that one we removed. I think I'd sent a message into Dean at Oval, and within like a minute it's like,
do this, do that, do this, spin round.
I have literally had him on a WhatsApp call on a Friday afternoon. I can remember me and Bill were like, why won't this thing commission? What are we doing? Right, it turned out it was a one switch on the Modbus meter, the one little dip switch. And he spotted that from a phone call, went,
pin 7.
Check that. Oh, there you go. Right, see you later.
With SolarEdge is everyone sets the protocol as SolarEdge for stuff like meters, and it's not load.
No,
yeah. I think it'd be SolarEdge protocol.
Wouldn't it? That's what logic would tell you.
No, that's not logic.
No, that's absolutely incredible. And so the official launch day is 29th of October.
Everyone's welcome.
That's it. So I don't know when this episode's going out, but it is open doors for the whole day. We're going to have some food and drinks, a few little games, there'll be some presentations, there's some brands here as well. Super Odd, Klein, Solartricity, Installer Show, Test Instrument Solutions, Proteus. We're all going to have their reps here and bring in some of their kit as well, just to try and make it a bit more interesting than having a quick wander around. Yeah. We've invited installers.
Yeah, but it's in my calendar.
Oh, more the merrier. Even you're welcome, Dan. So it'd be great to have you down.
Yeah. So if anyone fancies coming along, do they just drop you a message?
Yeah, it's always good to have some forewarning, because what we don't want to end up is filling this whole estate with people's cars. But yeah, let us know, or a DM or an email or something that you're intending to visit, and that'd be good. And the first courses we're looking to run probably towards the end of November. I don't want to start advertising and marketing them until we've actually had the EAL approval. This is what I don't want to do, is have people booked coming to train, and our EQA assessor comes saying, you ain't done this, you ain't done that, you can't open, you can't
missed us.
And all of a sudden we've got to put that back. So it's like,
from the 29th.
They're going straight out. We've got the web page is built. It's all ready to go.
So
as soon as we,
I think I've seen glimpses of it.
As soon as we've had the tick, that'll be made public, and you can book your courses. But
that's it. I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, that'd be really good. And thanks for joining us, Mark.
I've loved chatting with you. Thanks for coming to see us.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Renewables Podcast, the Powersonic YouTube channel as well. Some great installs on there. And I think you've got an Apprentice 1-to-1 channel as well.
There is an A121 channel, yeah.
You can find multiple places.
Like a bad smell, you just can't get rid of me.
But yeah, and Dan, thanks again for another episode.
We've had 2 in a row now where we've all been in the same room.
Yeah, I know. This is, I don't know what's going on really, but
we'll be back on the internet next week.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
See you later.